one of the most important characteristics of the Prophet ﷺ was his consistency. That when he decided to take on a practice, when he decided to do something, he maintained that practice throughout his life. The Prophet ﷺ did not do, and this is something, if you look at his sunnah in its entirety, he did not engage anything sporadically. He did not engage anything episodically. When he committed to something, he remained committed to it. And thus he said, خَيْرُ الْأُمُورِ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَدْوَمُهَا وَإِنْ قَلَّ. The best deeds in the sight of God are those that are performed with the greatest consistency, even if they're small. So yes, there is a great emphasis on consistency, on regularity within our tradition. But if you think you won't be able to do something consistently, that is not an excuse to make an intention to do something consistently. Now, one should set attainable goals. Don't start the year saying, I'm going to read 3/30ths of the Quran every day, and you haven't been reading any Quran. It is perhaps more sensible to say, I'm going to attempt to read a page a day or a couple of pages every day. I'm not saying you shouldn't set attainable goals, but don't be afraid of failure so that you refrain from setting a goal. There's nothing wrong with striving for excellence, striving for righteousness, but not realizing it. Sayyidina Ali, he famously said, and some people say he was referring to the Khawarij, these rebels in the early Islamic community. He said, من طلب الحق ولم ينله ليس كمن طلب الباطل وناله. He said, the one that strives, the one that pursues truth, but does not realize it, is not to be equated with one that strives for falsehood, but does realize it. So let your intention, let your resolution, let your planning be reflective of what you strive to be, what you want to be. In our community, we have a tendency of misusing many words, right? There are many words that are a part of our collective vocabulary that we deploy in the wrong way, we misapply. One of them is hypocrite, munafiq, right? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, ayatul munafiqi thalath. The signs of the hypocrite are three. إِذَا حَدَّثَ كَذَبَ. If he or she speaks, they lie, right? He says, إِذَا وَعَدَ أَخْلَفَ. If he or she makes a promise, they break their promise. وَإِذَا تُمِنَ خَانَ. If he or she is entrusted with something, they betray their trust. However, the Prophet ﷺ is not referring to moral failure that is the result of succumbing to temptation, or moral failure that is the result of, giving in to temptation. He's talking about someone that does not intend to keep their promise, someone that does not intend to tell the truth, someone that does not intend to fulfill their oath or fulfill their trust. Not someone that intends to fulfill their promise, but is unable to do so. Someone that intends to keep their word, but is unable to do so. Someone that intends to discharge faithfully their responsibility, but is unable to do so. Your sincerity is not about your execution. The Prophet ﷺ said, كُلُّ بَنِي آدَمْ خَطَّائِينَ وَخَيْرُ الْخَطَّائِينَ التَّوَّابُونَ. All of the children of Adam make mistakes. All of the children of Adam are flawed. So the best of those who make mistakes, the best of those who are flawed, and of course that means everyone, are those who repent after making those mistakes. Those who repent after succumbing to weakness, right? Your execution is, the Prophet ﷺ has promised you that there will be things that are lacking. There will be things that are inadequate in how you execute. Your niyyah, your intention is what marks you as a sincere person. That when I said this year, 2025, this is going to be the year that I start making my prayers regularly. This is going to be the year in which I start attending salah at the masjid regularly. This is the year in which I'm going to start paying my zakat. This is the year that I'm going to leave this haram relationship that I've been dealing with for some time. This is the year that I'm going to be square and fair and upright and trustworthy in my business dealings. Although in the past, maybe I've engaged in some cheating or dishonest practice. When you say that, what makes you a sincere person is not your ability to follow through on what you said. And may Allah give you tawfiq. It's your sincere desire to follow through. So don't be afraid of making a resolution. Don't be afraid of setting an intention.